The reality is that infrastructure built under you, made under you, has completely collapsed. And these are 56 infrastructure projects that I'm talking about in the last 100 days alone. Be it bridges, roads, statues, airports, everything built under you. From the new parliament that was leaking, to the Ram temple in Ayodhya which was leaking in the Garbhagriha, to the statue of Shivaji, to the Atal Setu, every infrastructure, to the Delhi airport, Jabalpur airport, Rajkot airport, everything seems to have collapsed. And if this is not a proof of corruption, then what is?
Kareem's Biryani Paradise at Liberty and Catering Services. Kodambakattin Arusuvai Adayalam.
The reality is that the Modi government has failed on every front. It has been a government of U-turns, from lateral entry to the Waqf bill, to the broadcast bill, to indexation, to NPS, which has now been replaced by UPS. This has been a U-turn government. The reality is that Indian Railways has seen its worst phase, 38 rail accidents, 21 deaths. The rail minister of this country calls these small incidents, continues to make reels. The reality is that infrastructure built under you, made under you, has completely collapsed. Be it bridges, and these are 56 infrastructure projects that I'm talking about in the last 100 days alone. Be it bridges, roads, statues, airports, everything built under you. From the new parliament that was leaking, to the Ram temple in Ayodhya which was leaking in the Garbhagriha, to the statue of Shivaji, to the Atal Setu, every infrastructure, to the Delhi airport, Jabalpur airport, Rajkot airport, everything seems to have collapsed. And if this is not a proof of corruption, then what is? In the last 100 days, there have been 26 terror strikes in Jammu and Kashmir. 21 of our brave hearts have lost their lives, over 30 of them injured, 15 citizens killed, 47 of them lie injured. Who's responsible for this? Where is the accountability? Is Mr. Modi going to speak about this at all? I don't think so. The reality is there have been 104 cases of crime against women, 157 women have been at the receiving end of this crime. You speak on Bengal and you must. But why do you not speak on Badlapur? Why do you not speak on Bihar? Why do you not speak on Uttarakhand? Why do you not speak on UP? Why is it that the BJP IT cell members accused of gang rape in IIT BHU are given a hero's reception when they get bail? And this is something I'm quoting from your parliamentary constituency. Let's talk about youth. The NEET paper leak. The many discrepancies found in it. The NEET PG exam was cancelled, UGC NET paper leaked, joint CSR UGC NET cancelled, NCET paper leak, NEET PG pariksha jo radd hui thi. Let's talk about the economy. The reality is you were handed over the rupee at 58 to a dollar in 2014. You have taken it down to nearly levels of 84. 100 days back, the rupee was at 82 to a dollar. Despite you pumping in a lot of money to somehow arrest the fall of the rupee is at dangerously close levels of 83.92 when I last checked today. The reality is FDI has consistently fallen. It's down at about 45% from its peaks. The reality is that unemployment is breaking new barriers every day. High prices. People in this country are reeling under high prices, but you clearly don't seem to care. As soon as elections were over, toll prices were increased by 15 rupees, CNG prices shot up, commercial LPG prices shot up, common flour, to pulses, to milk prices, all of that shot up. You troubled middle class with LTCG, with indexation, and that tells you how much trouble you can create for the middle class. I cannot not speak about the SEBI and the Adani conundrum. India's market regulator finds, and the chief of India's market regulator finds herself in the middle of a huge scandal. All kinds of allegations have been raised. From this very platform, my colleague Pawan Khera has consistently exposed Madhvi Puri Butch, but you do not speak a word. Allegations against Mr. Adani are coming from Switzerland and Kenya, but you do not speak a word. For how long are you going to keep quiet? Allegations of misuse of office, of conflict of interest, of various things has come against India's market regulator. Where is the faith that domestic and foreign investors must have in our markets? I cannot not speak about Ladakh. There is a delegation of people from Ladakh marching from Ladakh to Delhi against the Chinese occupation. They have consistently raised questions on that. They have consistently asked for your attention. What are you now going to do? Are you going to dig roads? Are you going to put cement blocks? Are you going to stop them with tear gas? What are you going to do to these people? And when are you going to speak on Ladakh? And last but not the least, what is your plan for Manipur? Manipur that has been burning for the last 16 months, where violence has erupted again, where internet is banned, where curfew is imposed, where 12 people have lost their lives in the last 2 weeks, where RPG and drones and rockets are now being used for fresh attacks, where security forces are being attacked and attempts are being made to snatch away their weaponry. What are you going to do about Manipur? Will you never go to Manipur, Mr. Prime Minister? It's very clear that you are saddled with various allegations. It's very clear that your relationship with RSS is at an all-time low. It's very clear that there is huge factionalism within the BJP, and all that you're interested in is political survival, come what may. And for that, you are obviously dependent on your allies. For that, you are willing to turn a blind eye to the problems of this country. But questions will be raised about what plan do you have for this nation? How long do you continue? Do you plan to continue to misuse our agencies? What are you going to do about women's security? What are you going to do about unemployment, to rein in prices? There are various issues that face this nation. And on all those fronts, you have miserably failed this country. ये 100 दिन का फलसफा है. हम आपके साथ हर अनेक्शर को, इस पूरी प्रेस रिलीज को, इन सारे प्रतीकात्मक ग्राफिक्स को साझा करेंगे. आपके सवालों का स्वागत है.
Ma'am, on completion of 100 days of the government sources have said that one nation, one election will be implemented in this term of the Modi government. So what is the Congress's stand on that?
You quoted government sources. Here I am, the official spokesperson of the Congress party, laying threadbare the many failures of the Modi government. How long is this government going to survive by leaking selective information? How long is this government going to survive by turning a blind eye to real and actual problems of this nation? How long is this government going to survive by planting information, by releasing these hot air balloons to test waters? The reality is that there is no draft. The reality is that there has been no discussion. The reality is that there are assemblies in progress. The reality is that the government has made no attempt to speak to us. It is absolutely not pragmatic to do this, but the government has had to have a conversation. So these source-based information, that's what this government has survived on. Leak information, source-based, run news channels, news agencies, do reportage through WhatsApp. This nonsense must stop. But that's what continues, and that has continued in the last 100 days.
Ma'am, you are asking questions regarding the train accidents which have taken place in the last 100 days. But on the other side, it is Prime Minister Narendra Modi who is going to flag off the Vande Metro, and it is now being renamed as Namo Bharat Rapid Rail. So how do you see this, ma'am?
I am all for modernization of rail infrastructure. I am all for bullet trains. I am all for metros, whether they are called Vande Bharat or whatever name you may want to give them. I am all for all of that. But who will answer the question that in the last 100 days, there have been 38 rail accidents and 21 people have lost their lives? I do believe the frequency of rail accidents and the death toll has perhaps made the government insensitive. There are 21 people in this country who have been dead because of negligence of Indian Railways. 21 people died because railway tracks have not been modernized. 21 people died because you kept talking about Kavach, but you did zilch with it. That's the reality. The Prime Minister can keep inaugurating one train after the other, but who's going to be answerable for 21 deaths that happened? Who's going to be answerable for the many derailments that happened on a daily basis? There are multiple incidents that you and your colleagues have quoted here of absolutely disgusting remarks made against Rahul Gandhi. Who is Rahul Gandhi? He's a 5-term elected MP. He's the leader of the opposition in India's democracy. And how can such statements replete with violence be tolerated? And why must I not say that if members of the BJP and their alliance partners are resorting to these violent statements, then this is happening at the behest of Narendra Modi and Amit Shah. This has your complete political patronage. Why must I not say that you are the one asking them to make these statements? Rahul Gandhi cares 2 hoots about these statements. He is going to do all it takes to raise the voice of the people, to empower people, to talk about unemployment, to talk about high prices, to talk about income inequality, to actually expose you on the Adani scam. He is going to do all it takes to keep this country united. Whether it is walking from Kanyakumari to Kashmir or doing the journey from Manipur to Mumbai. He doesn't care, but we do. And we certainly ask Narendra Modi and Amit Shah that how do these rabid elements make statements like these and get away with it? And the reality also is that some of our turncoats who are making these statements, absolutely shameless, because you have got to prove to the BJP that I have been a turncoat. But guess what? If you couldn't be loyal to us, they're not going to trust you there.
ஊடகம் கார்ப்பரேட் அரசியல்வாதிகளின் கைப்பாவையாக அடிமைகளாக இருந்தது போதும். இனி சாட்டை எடுத்து சுழற்றும் நேரம் வந்துவிட்டது. ஊடகம் பொதுமக்களாகிய உங்களுக்காக உங்களாலேயே இயக்கப்பட வேண்டும். ஊடக சுதந்திரத்திற்காக உங்களின் பங்களிப்பை இன்றே அளித்திடுங்கள்.